I feel much better now that so many dragons have been rescued. Jump in the balloon and I'll show you the Dreamweaver's world. Are you ready to go?
Welcome back to another chapter of our adventure, playing through Spyro the Dragon. We've travelled through Beastmakers and am about to travel to Dreamweavers, the final chapter before going to Nasty Nork's territory. What I think I'll do for the next chapter is do one video covering up to the end credits, then I'll do one more video covering the bonus level and to round up remaining skill points I might have missed. In the meantime, here's Dreamweavers. A world of castles suspended in the sky. The inhabitants are carrot-topped monks and slap-happy armoured monks. The twist there is some magic which allows them to change in size. The monks are no trouble as they can be flamed, but I need to time the armoured monks carefully because they can't be attacked when they're big. The fodder here are mushrooms, which universal in this chapter. One thing I forgot to mention is when 10 butterflies are produced, a blue butterfly appears, restoring sparks to full health and grants an extra life. This is an added feature for the remastered version over the original. Let's just make our way around the corner, open that chest, and then free the dragon.
Welcome to the Dreamweavers, young one. While chasing Nasty's minions in this world, you must expect the unexpected and prepare for what is not there.
It is a valid description. My first time seeing this chapter and playing through it as a kid, it was a bit frustrating because there were gimmicks which caught me by surprise. The main gimmick here is the enemies changing in size. That is the boss portal, Jacques. Just going to go up these stairs and talk to the balloonist.
Well done, Spyro. I hope you know what lies in store for you. Nasty's world is not the friendliest place you'll ever find. Are you ready to go?
We have access to Nasty's world due to accumulating 6,000 treasure, but we need to complete this chapter first. Flame these guys just to be on the safe side and collect the treasure and go up these sets of whirlwinds. So the source of the enemy's magic is a magic cannon. It's now under our control, so it falls to us to check for any big enemies and reverse them down to their original size. This ensures that we can defeat them and collect all the gems.
Hello, Spyro. Nicely done. I'll be done when I've toasted that nasty Nork.
So the homeworld is almost completed. This church building here needs to be cleared, then go through the passageway guarded by the 2 armored monks that we saw earlier.
The fools you see in this world are invincible, but that does not mean they shouldn't be attacked.
Sounds all right to me.
So, another primary gimmick in this chapter are the fools. The clock fall here is bonded with a platform which shifts for a limited time, before shifting back when the fool's alarm sounds. Just flame him, and you can see that platform just coming down. Then the alarm goes off, it goes back up again. Make our way back to the castle. That's Dark Passage, our third level we'll be going through. Lofty Castle we'll do first. Haunted Towers is the area with the Fool. We'll do that second. Then Jacques, the boss. Then Icy Flight, which we can see just as we go to the left. Just going to the secret passage for a skill point. The easiest way to get out is flame the second floor immediately rush the second. Save myself an annoying glide. Is that gem? Oh, there it is. That's everything. Off to Lofty Castle, first level. As you can see, Lofty Castle is similar to Dreamweaver's in terms of level design due to surrounding islands, with a castle being the main highlight. The gimmick for Lofty Castle is straightforward. There are fairies who occupied this castle, but they've been captured, and it's our job to free them. These fairies are capable of activating whirlwinds when 3 of them are freed. The enemies occupying the castle are cupids, which look like flying devils, who shoot arrows, who need to be flamed, pufferbirds, who are the small enemies, and Naught balloonists, who are large and armoured, but can be defeated by flaming the balloons, suspending them in the air. They are incredibly strong if they are capable of wearing armour while holding onto a balloon with only one hand for a long period of time.
Fairies are always on your side, Spyro.
The dragons in Dreamweavers also look similar to the Magic Crafters, but the costumes are more on the fantasy fairy tale side. What I also see in their manner, Lofty Castle in particular, is that they also talk as if they're in a dreamlike state. My theory for this is that this is caused by the fodder being the only food source. There's a hidden tree stump in this courtyard which awards a skill point. I can't recall how to get to it, so I'll make a few attempts to get it, otherwise I'll come back here in my final video covering Spyro 1. The only way back up here is to free 3 fairies, which we've already done. So I think going for it here directly isn't going to work. So I'll move on for now and veer to the left path where the tower is located. Get through these birds while keeping an eye on the cupids and crows. There's one active whirlwind and an inactive whirlwind, meaning more fairies need to be freed. I'm just going to clear the gems here before going up. And we've already got 1 fairy, which is good. So the aim here is to flame the balloons, ensuring that the Norks fall to their death when they're only a few feet from the floor, and the cages as we make our descent.
Ah, Spyro, thanks. Supercharge will get you to new places here in Lofty Castle, too. See where it takes you.
That's the key to that. Here's the key to that lock box. Then we'll follow the supercharge, making sure we don't fall. We end up on that platform back at the courtyard. I don't think we can reach the stump from here, but I think if we try using the supercharge again, we might be able to get there. Just go back into the tower and back to the supercharge. Wrong whirlwind. We didn't reach it. That's okay, we'll come back. We'll come back to it in my final video. This time we'll veer to the right, where we come to our 3rd dragon and another inactive whirlwind. This obstacle is straightforward since there's a trap fairy on that island.
Thank you for releasing me.
And there's also 2 separate whirlwinds, making clear where the other 2 fairies are. Once we get through this room with the cupids, we'll reach the final area where the last of the fairies are trapped. we walk opposite the bird's flight path, we can deal with them very quickly. Gems remain. They should be locked in that chest in the courtyard. Luckily we can glide there quickly. We can move on to Haunted Towers now, and come back to the stump another time. I think Lofty Castle is the easiest level in Dreamweavers, as the only unique gimmick was needing to free the fairies to proceed. The next level is on the island with the building that looks like the church. We just need to navigate through the monks to get there. Not sure why I decided to go that way, never mind. Haunted Towers is slightly different design. Similar to Lofty Castle, the difference I can put my finger on is the castle is larger, taking up the majority of the level with fewer surrounding islands. The enemies are blue wizards, tin soldiers and Norcaders. The primary gimmick in this level are the blue wizards' ability to animate the tin soldiers, which can either attack or block our path, since we can either defeat them by using fire or force. This is how the fairies here can help, who possess the same ability as the fairy in High Caves and magic crafters, providing super flame breath to defeat the tin soldiers and open any armoured doors. It saves me the hassle of opening the fanning and spring chests, as one hit opens them when you encounter any of those. The irritating thing is the breath lasts a short time, which means we need to keep backtracking to a ferry if any tin soldiers remain. It occurred to me that the level design for this remastered version has similar characteristics to the World of Warcraft capital cities. Haunted Tower looks like Silvermoon City based on the patterns along the architecture. Lofty Castle reminds me of Dionysus based on the trees, water springs and runes carved in the architecture, which reminds me of the Temple of the Moon. And Dark Passage, which...
Hey, Spyro. All dragons know there's magic in a fairy's kiss. See what it can do to your power of flame.
as I was saying, Dark Passage, which is the next level after this, reminds me of the X-Star in terms of the colour and network of caves leading to buildings underground. So hopefully with this fairy we can get rid of those tin soldiers, the reinforced chest, and break down the door to avoid backtracking. We're inside the castle. Here's a supercharge ramp. We need this to break down the doors ahead and access the secret area level. I did not originally figure out this as a kid. I was watching my sister play this once and she managed to work it out. I'll get to that secret area later, but first we'll clear out this area, go to the exit platform, and then come back here. The next room and that soldier blocking the way, and through that dragon.
Hold your horns. Here comes Spyro.
Patience, little one. You'll soon have the opportunity to battle the one who matters most. Nasty Nork.
Move on up the stairs, but get a power up first, just in case. It'll help us clear most of the enemies and say this should help clear the enemies. So we got a fit a few. I need 2 tin soldiers. So the secret area remains. We'll go back to the supercharge ramp. And Sparks is pointing to that area too, so that's a good sign. Oh yeah. There's also a skill point awarded for flaming a wizard hat on top of that building. I'll come back here later to get it. So the key is to charge outside to the pool area, jump off a ledge along the exterior of the castle, and then jump off the ramp here. But I think I jumped too late, so we'll have to do that again. That's better.
have become a master of the supercharge. Great work!
This area requires speed, because once we climb the stairs, these tin soldiers will come alive and the final tin soldier will block our passage. If we're too slow and we barely make it, we have to go down to the bottom and start again. Oh, just got through. Good thing here is this ferry provides permanent super flame for the remainder of this level, so we can get rid of those tin soldiers without any stress, as I just got clobbered by one. So if we go to that reinforced chest, hopefully that's the last of those chests. Okay, and we can try for that skill point. Nice. Now we can move on to Dark Passage. While Dreamweavers has levels that look dreamy, Dark Passage depicts a nightmare. It's a floating mountain with a network of dark tunnels which are infested by some very interesting enemies. The Cupids have returned with tools holding lamps. The gimmick for this level lies with the Devil Dogs and the Armored Turtles. These two enemies appear as adorable creatures, but when the fool turns off the lamp, the darkness turns them into their dark form.
The enemies here can be quite frightening, but you should watch the fools.
I'd rather flame the fools.
Now you're thinking.
While the Devil Dogs do look scarier, particularly Mouth, they can still be defeated by fire. The real threat are the turtles if they are big and armoured. Removing their dark form, flame the fools to give some time to clear them in their small state. But when fighting the Devil Dogs in the monster form, it's important to time the flame as they are more agile than most of the big enemies. The original version made them even trickier to deal with.
Thank you for releasing me.
the reason why they are more difficult to defeat was the original game had a lower frame rate, which causes the dog to eat us before having enough time to react. The path leading to the exit is the easiest part of the level. However, there is another path hidden underneath right now that leads to a smaller island where there are more enemies to defeat. This can be seen right from the exit portal.
You know, I think you just might be the dragon to defeat Nasty Nook.
That's me, all right.
Here it is. Just got this whirlwind to check the inner thing. It's just a pathway to go back. We'll clear this platform of enemies and treasure. And just across is that small island I mentioned before. These turtles don't appear to be shrinking. We'll have to attack the fall directly, get some light, and deal with these quickly. Now if we go up that whirlwind, and there's more enemies to deal with. Luckily there are no more dogs or turtles that transform into their dark form. We'll clear the treasure while admiring the night sky. Now that we've finished admiring the night sky, we'll move on.
Thanks, Spyro. I'd love to help you catch Nasty, but I'd really hate to be trapped in Crystal again.
Don't worry. The only one that's gonna be trapped is him.
And what we'll need to do is ascend the circular passage. And then once that's done, we can glide back to the main island. We'll be welcomed back with even more enemies to fight. Dark Passage contains the greatest number of enemies to fight in this game. 46 enemies are on the big island and 22 on the small island, totaling 68 enemies in total.
Thank you for releasing me.
And that count includes the falls as well. We've removed the enemies and collected these gems. We'll return to the center, open the reinforced chest. And if those are all the gems, we can move on to the Dreamweaver's boss, Jacques. The boss takes place on a floating volcanic landscape with small castles. The fools are here with giant pansies and armoured horrors. The pansies and horrors are mostly on tiny platforms, meaning we need to jump before charging or firing, which is not ideal when they have the high ground. The boss can be approached in two paths. The path we took on the right leads straight to the entrance, and the left is more of a detour, requiring more platforming. As we need to collect all the gems, we will clear the gems on the right path first, then approach the boss from the left. The right path doesn't take long at all. It's just... we fumbled that jump, we'll have to do that again. There we go. So it's just this landscape we need to clear, then we can go back and take the left path. And that the entrance to the boss is just through that door. I think we've got everything. Now we'll run back. Now we need to flame this fool and the next fool in quick succession to reach the large platform beyond this ledge, allowing us to free the first dragon across the castle wall.
Thank you for releasing me, Spyro. Take care.
This area is for gem collection, really. The first branch is to flame the pansies on our descent back to the ground, and then check for any gems check the corners for any gems. We would be silly if we didn't collect that life. Second is traversing that lava gorge. Make sure we can reach those blue spring chests. And then we need to try and glide back. And the glide back always makes me nervous. What I try to do is try and glide to the right from the center, like this. Yeah. So I just need to attack these horrors carefully. I have charged off the edge before. This part is straightforward, just flame the fools when they're passing each other in quick succession. Get into this cave to get the key. And it's only these horrors that remain. And then that box chest just up that ledge. We're getting very close to the boss fight now. So if we have 325 treasure, by the time we get to the pre-boss dragon, then we've got everything we need.
Any advice before this battle?
Advice? A wise dragon once told me aim high in life, but watch out for flying boxes.
Huh?
Jacques is a jack-in-the-box, French for the name Jack. He throws boxes at us. The best way to mitigate his attack is charging at him directly. He'll retreat when we get close enough until he reaches a box, which is where we have to flame him. This last bit needs some caution. We can't outspeed his throws here. But that's the boss anyway. And we got the skill point for not taking damage. And that's the gems. We can complete Icy Flight, and then this chapter's done. Just wanted to get rid of that cannon monk first to ensure we can actually get past those armoured monks. Those ones. In Icy Flight, first object groups are the trickiest. The way I've always done it is to prioritise the lamps along the lake while flaming any chests along the flight path, then fly back towards the start prioritising on the chests. And we've hit the water and we'll have to start again. Okay, we missed 2 lamps, we'll start again. This time. Oh, that's close. Okay, that's good so far. Lit, we can fly around the tower, and those should be where those remaining chests are. Great. Now the trains with the barrels should be very easy, just fly opposite their path. We'll wait for the 4th train to come to the section. While we wait, we'll deal with these copter orcs. Here it is. And all that remains are the 5 copters in this area. And that should be the fight done. We're making good time. We've only got one more. 13 seconds to spare, that's good. Thanks for watching. The next chapter will include the final battle with Nasty Nook. There are only 3 proper levels to get through for the next video, so it will be a bit shorter. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in Nasty's world.